Devontae got robbed at gunpoint
Right.
in his home.
Mm-hmm.
How bad was that situation?
Well, I mean, they split his skull open.
Oh, so they pistol whipped him?
Yep. Tied him up. Man, he was fighting back. He bit one of the guy's fingers off. And
wait, he bit one of the guy's fingers off?
I mean, it was bad.
Only Gab can do it like this.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. Today, we're going to be talking to my Death Row insider and my hip-hop historian, my Death Row historian, my main man, Reggie Wright Jr. You know, one of my favorite artists, and definitely my favorite producer, Devontae Swing, did something that I had never seen before in music history, period. And that was walking away from the industry at the very height of your career. I mean, Devontae wrote all the hits for Jodeci. He produced the tracks. He embodied Jodeci, man. He had the swag. It was everything, man. And, you know, he had that home invasion. And, you know, there's a lot of rumors swirling around what happened to him. We're going to go into that today because, you know, Reggie Wright was very much part of the Death Row movement, and so was Jodeci. But I just wonder what would cause a guy to walk away from everything. Did he feel like, you know, the music industry wasn't ultimately worth his life? Did they put the fear of God in him? What happened to him during that home invasion? I'm just trying to figure out, can you bring some clarity today, Reg, to some of the rumors that were swirling around, you know, the Death Row and Jodeci situation and what happened to Devontae? If you know anything pertaining to it, then, you know what I mean, answer to the best of your ability. How about that?
Let's go.
All right. So, you know, one of the rumors is that, you know, that Suge had that done to Devontae. Could you explain, do you believe that to be true or false?
Okay, tell me what year did that happen, because Devontae Swing was back around us when Suge came home from jail about 2001. It had to be 2001 because I left Suge in 2002 of January. So from August 2001 to January 2002, Suge and Devontae was still cool. So if it happened after that, then I definitely can't speak on it. But if it happened prior to that, the home invasion, then I can tell you absolutely not. Because when Suge was in jail, I went and visited Devontae a few times to try to get some tracks for him on Danny Boy and I think Michelet. By that time, he was way out there. He was out there.
Wow. Now, it happened, the home invasion, I believe, happened somewhere between 92 and 95. And, you know, I heard him and I heard Jodeci say that absolutely Suge didn't have anything to do with that. Matter of fact, he said Suge held them down, but this is one of the rumors that's floating around. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
No. Well, then I can speak on this then, because I know what that's about then. And I didn't know what it was about, but now I know what it's about. This crippled motherfucker out here that kind of was running the industry. He had Hammer and them on lock and all of them, named Michael Concepcion. He's the guy that eventually put Rome out. And I spoke on it a couple of times when he kind of comes to concerts and push up on KC when KC and JoJo had that song out. I'm sorry, KC and Mary J had that song out. She had the hot song on the Wait to Excel soundtrack. If you, I'm Going Down. And KC had that remake of If You Think You Lonely Now. He had that remake out, and they were promoting that. And this nigga right before that named Michael Concepcion was pushing up on him. So if anything happened to him, that's what pushed Jodeci and Devontae over to Suge, because they ran to him for protection from Michael Concepcion. And that was around 1994.
Right, okay. So the dates all match up. Now, this guy, Michael, you said he was handicapped?
Man, this nigga is a crippled nigga, ex-pimp, but got a lot of juice in L.A. And like I said, Hammer, who was from Oakland, and they was cut, and his brother, Louis Burrell, that nigga wasn't no punk. But he kind of had those niggas in a headlock. And so, like I said, Michael Concepcion wasn't a punk, but Suge didn't have no fear for him. But, yeah. But I remember we was in the studio one time, and Michael Concepcion called. We was in the studio in Rochester, New York. We were dropping Danny Boy off to do some work with Devontae, and this was in probably early '95, late '94, and they were telling them, man, this dude Michael Concepcion keep pushing up on us, and all of that. And so Suge, either he told him to get him on the phone or he called. And so he called, and he's like, yeah, he was banging on him and stuff. And Suge told him, because it was on a speaker box, Suge told him, hey, Mike, it's Suge. Don't fuck with these niggas no more. These niggas with me now. So we're going to have problems if you keep fucking with them. And these are my niggas now. They with me. And Mike was like, all right, I'm sure he probably had some choice words. I forget how the conversation went. But then we bumped into Michael Concepcion at this club called Grand Slam a few months later. And it was Prince-O Club in L.A. And it was downtown on Grand and 3rd, I think. And Michael was like, man, sure, why you fucking up my money, man? You got your shit. You fucking up my money. You fucking, banging on me for those niggas from out of town, those Jonesy niggas and all that. And that's when she said, hey, you crippled motherfucker, I told you those niggas with me now. I was like, damn, it was just me and shit. And he had about 10 niggas with him. He was like, hey, shit wasn't no joke. Shit wasn't no joke. I tell y'all, his credibility, well, not credibility, but his street connects went down after he got out of jail and shit, 2003, 2004, especially after the money went short. But 95, 96, 94, you don't want to fuck with that nigga. She'll get a bad rap on a lot of bullshit, and he liked the legend, and that legend is what's going to fight him in the ass because people believe all of that bullshit. A lot of people believe that Monster Man boogie shit. But that wasn't Suge. Suge ain't that dude. Suge, every time Suge Knight got in trouble, it was for going to defend another motherfucker. It was going for that, for somebody he loved.
Now, Suge had an eye for talent. Suge was a very smart guy. He had a lot of business savvy, too. I'm sure he knew who the true star of Jodeci was. He knew.
Oh, he did.
He knew that was Devontae. So,
he knew it was. He got Devontae a deal. Most people don't know. He got him a major production deal, and he put out a group, a female group. The girl that was in, I think, SWV, the lead singer in that, I think he was supposed to work with her.
Was the
she
group
tried
called
to break
Sister?
away.
What, was it called Sister, something like that? Because it had Missy Elliott in it, right? Or somebody before that?
No, it wasn't that group. Because, eventually, that's when Timberland and all of them got with Tweet and all of that. But no, it wasn't that. It was the girl from, was it SW? It wasn't SWV. What was the other female group out? I'll think of them in a minute. I think, was it True Hurt? Shit, no, it wasn't her. But anyway, it was a female artist that broke away from one of those hot groups at the time from 94, 95. And he was supposed to then just working on her. And Sugar got him a major production deal with Jimmy Iovine and Interscope, where he was paid nice, and they were taking care of him. They had put him up in the studio house and all of that. This was when Sugar was in jail. That deal happened before then, but when I went to visit him at this house in the Valley, it was like 98 or something like that. So, so they were trying to take care of Devontae and stuff for about kind of 1999, 2000. He had started going down, way down, because of that, because of that addiction that he had.
Now, I hear that he worked with Michael Jackson. The guy was a genius, man. He could play any instrument he could touch, I hear. This guy was definitely a musical genius. And my question to you is, does Suge have any feelings about trying to bring him over to Death Row as a solo artist?
No, they were in a deal with MC8, Jodeci, the group Jodeci. He did try to do a deal with KC and JoJo He's going to do an album on them called the Haley Brothers, with just the two of them. He never really cared too much for Dalvin. You know, he used to always say Dalvin was gay and all of that. And, so he didn't like Dalvin too much. But he knew Devontae was a talented producer. Didn't care for him as on the artist tip, but loved him as a producer. And so, like I said, when he came home, he tried to go get Devontae.
Right.
And he tried to get Devontae to do some stuff for, his people in 2001, 2002. But then he was on some rock and roll tip. He was on a new style of music, and it didn't work. He was doing bad. And then that's when she, Tweet and not Tweet, but Timberland and Missy and Genuine and all of them were blowing up. And he was just pretty much trying to, y'all need to do right by Devontae. Y'all would have never made it if Devontae wouldn't have looked out for y'all back in the day. And y'all need to, help Devontae out right now because he's doing bad. But why Devontae ended up leaving Suge, or they stopped messing with each other in 2002 and all of that, I don't know.
I'm going to ask you one more question for the road, man. Do you think it's possible that, because every hardcore Jodeci fan, and Tupac fan loves the combination with Devontae and Tupac. Do you think it's any way possible that those two guys recorded more than just that one song, No More Pain?
Well, No More Pain, and then that was the one that was released on MCA like 2001. 2000.
Yeah, it came out on All Eyes on Me, No More Pain.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's one that was done with Jodeci, not Jodeci, with Casey and JoJo in 2002. That's on MCA album. On their album that they did with MCA. I think it was, what was that song? If You Think You're Lonely Now? No. It was another song that was real hot that they did in like 2001. It was an album that they did on MCA. There was a Tupac song on that with them. But that was about it. But shit, Devontae get himself right. Tupac got hundreds of hooks. I mean, hundreds of verses somewhere. So you can always make a song.
Man,
there's songs to be made.
Yeah, that was the
first. Who wants to hear? Who did you say? Devontae or did you say KC?
I said Devontae. Remember, Pac was pumped up. Devontae did the beat, No More Pain. Pac was like, yo, Devontae, me and you in the same place. He was pumped up.
Yeah, I remember that song now. But do Devontae have it still?
The rap game and R&B wasn't the same without Devontae Swing, man. And his legacy is fantastic music that'll live forever, man.